Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and for today's video we are going to talk about the OnePlus Nord series, the truth behind the OnePlus Nord series. Why do you think the OnePlus Nord was launched? Before we get into the video, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, make sure you subscribe and ring the bell icon to get notification every single time I post a new video. Now let's get started. So when OnePlus launched its first smartphone, the OnePlus One was at the price range of 25,000 rupees and they termed as a flagship killer. They got the flagship processor and put it in the very budget price of 25,000 rupees. So they slowly started increasing the price to 3,000 every single launch, and OnePlus 6 it was 33,000 rupees. The OnePlus 6T was 37,000. The OnePlus 7 and 7 Pro, they launched two smartphones for the first time. The 7 was 33,000 rupees and the 7 Pro was all the way up to 42,000 rupees. And the 7T was 38,000 rupees, 7T Pro was 50,000 rupees. Now talking about the OnePlus 8, the OnePlus 8 is 42,000 and the OnePlus 8 Pro is 56,000 rupees. I think from the start itself, the OnePlus had a plan that they had to compete with Samsung and Apple at the premium segment. In India, right now it's difficult because Samsung and Apple are launching smartphones at 70,000-80,000 and Apple at 1,50,000 over there. So it's difficult for OnePlus to launch such an expensive smartphone in India, which is very price conscious market. But in other countries like the US or the UK, they have launched the OnePlus 8 for $900 and the 900 euros, which is almost competing with Samsung and Apple. But if you see the people in those countries, people do not know OnePlus as such a good brand. They would prefer Samsung and Apple, who are dominating the premium price segment market over there. So as OnePlus increased their price and started making flagships of their own, they left the space of a flagship killer and this space of where OnePlus used to launch smartphones. There are other companies which is trying to take over that area. So OnePlus, what they thought, they could not launch another flagship killer because it would compete with their own smartphone, which is the OnePlus 8 and the 8 Pro. So they thought of launching the best mid-range smartphone with the best mid-range chipset, which is a Snapdragon 765G with 5G support. So what happened was OnePlus took the second best products of every single part. The 90Hz AMOLED display is a good display but cannot compete with the 120Hz and the 144Hz of the flagships. It has an in-display fingerprint scanner, it has a 48 megapixel quad cameras. Well, see, the quad cameras is just a gimmick. The 5 megapixel macro and 2 megapixel depth sensor is just for a gimmick and just for them to say that they launched a quad camera setup smartphone. They can achieve the depth sensing through a single camera and the macro shot with the ultra wide angle. But for a gimmick, they did add a quad camera setup. And in the front, 32 plus 8 megapixel front rear camera and 30 watts of fast charging, which is OnePlus's fastest charging right now. So they want to take over this market of 25 to 30,000 price range. So the OnePlus Nord is just not a smartphone, it is a complete series. So in future you will be getting more smartphones from the OnePlus Nord series, maybe in numbers, maybe in alphabets, don't know, maybe the OnePlus Nord X, X1, X2, or maybe OnePlus Nord 2, the Nord 3, Nord 4, Nord 5. Something like that they are going to launch in this price segment of 25 to 35,000 price segment in future. So this is not the first time OnePlus planned to launch a budget smartphone. In 2015, OnePlus launched its first budget smartphone, which is the OnePlus X. They got the Snapdragon 801 and got into a very cheap smartphone, which is around 17,000 when it launched. So this time they got for the 25,000 price segment, and they are still continuing with this price segment of taking over the market of this price range and taking over the market of the premium price segment and trying to beat Apple and Samsung at that price range. So OnePlus Nord is brought to be competed with the premium mid-range phones. Like for example, at 25,000 we have the Realme X3, which is Snapdragon 855 plus, a flagship processor. We have the Redmi K20 Pro, which also has a flagship processor of Snapdragon 855. Both are last year's flagship processors. So to compete with this price range, they got the OnePlus Nord series. So that's it for this video. Hope you liked it. If you did, then hit the like button, share this video. Also subscribe to this channel and make sure you follow me on Instagram and check out my first IGTV video, which is about the upcoming smartphones in the month of August. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.